Hello everyone and welcome to week 4 of the TBL, our team builder here this week against the Philadelphia Phiones, coached by Coach CJ Beastly, one of my longtime viewers on Twitch and a recent subscriber because I just got a subscribe button and I'm really excited about it. Anyway, not the discussion for the day. Today we're going to be going over our new team, new nicknames, and it's a bit of a doozy today, guys. We got a fun one this week. I have no idea how this is going to go. It's either going to go great and I've prepared really well for his team, or it's going to fail beautifully. But one way or another, it's going to be a blast. So Navi, our fairy, our Gardevoir, rocking Expert Belt with Trace, has Psyshock, Moonblast, Energy Ball, and Hidden Power Fire. Obviously Hidden Power Fire for the Mega Scizor. His team is absolutely horrifying. Tapu Koko, Kyurem Black, Cresselia, Porygon 2, Arcanine, Nidoqueen, Mismagius, Clawitzer, Zebstrika, Sandslash, and that Mega Scizor. So his team has really good type synergy, really ridiculous coverage, a decent number of mixed attackers. I don't know if that Tapu Koko is going to be physical or special. Kyurem Black could be physical or special. Arcanine could be physical or special. Nidoqueen could be physical or special. Zebstrika could be physical or special. So there's all sorts of things that can be run multiple ways. He's got all different options. So his team's hard to prepare for. But we're going to try. And so this Gardevoir, actually, I'm hoping what he does is he brings his Mega Scizor in on a Moonblast to predict this Gardevoir, go for a Moonblast on something else, thinks it's Scarfed. He clicks Bullet Punch. I have EV'd to survive a Bullet Punch. 100 defense plus a bold nature and 252 HP means Bullet Punch does max 96.6% to this Gardevoir. So without a crit and without Stealth Rock damage, I'm guaranteed to take a Bullet Punch from a Mega Scizor, and I can just Hidden Power Fire, take it out with the Expert Belt. So that's definitely the way that I'm looking to play this Gardevoir. Obviously, that makes it easier to Revenge Kill or something like that. I'm not running any speed investment in it. I'm running, sorry, I don't know why I did that. 12 Special Defense. I'm not running any speed investment in this thing because it doesn't matter if it outspeeds things. It needs to take that one hit from the Scizor. If the Scizor doesn't come, then it's just going to hit things harder than Expert Belt. That's basically the way it's going to go down. And he could think it's Scarfed. I kind of want to bluff the Scarf as long as I can, something like that. So Navi, our Gardevoir, are going to be run a little bit differently this week. We have Venusaur, our Venusaur, and this is going to be rocking a crazy set of bulk, which is 244 HP, 132 defense, 120 calm nature in special defense, and 12 speed to make sure that he can't speed creep my Venusaur with a couple of different things like Nidoqueen or Clawitzer or Sandslash, and then he might just put enough speed to outspeed regular Venusaur with no investment. So I'm like, I'll put a little bit of investment, outspeed that. So this thing has Earthquake, Sludge Bomb, Synthesis, Leech Seed. He has no grass type, so I was like, let's run Leech Seed this week because I can. Thought about Sleep Powder as well, but then decided that since he has Tapu Koko, which prevents sleep, that's not really worth it. So we're going to run with the Leech Seed. Leech Seed Synthesis should keep this thing healthy for a long time. It's got a lot of bulk investment. I know it's a slow style of battle, which is not ideal, but it's the one that I think I have to run with this week because his team is so hard to prepare for. Sludge Bomb obviously hits the Tapu Koko super hard, and Earthquake will hit things like the Nidoqueen and the Arcanine very hard. So, and it also hit the Tapu Koko if he does decide to switch that in, but that is what it is. So, Mega Venusaur this week should be able to just come in and handle some threats. Obviously, Kyurem Black threatens it a lot. Cresselia threatens it a lot, and there's a couple things on his team that it doesn't want to deal with, but obviously Mega Scizor can't really touch it. Mismagius doesn't do a ton of damage because of the calm nature. So it's got options. It can definitely sit in there if it has to, but it's sort of situational. I'm hoping that it ends up just needing to click Leech Seed and then Synthesis for a while until something dies, which is obviously a terrible way to play the game, but it works. Donut, our Jellicent, is rocking Scald, Toxic Recover, and Hex with the Colbur Berry and Water Absorb. Now this thing obviously handles the Clawitzer really, really well. It's immune to most of the things, and then if he goes for the Dark Pulse, then the Colbur Berry activates and I don't take any damage from it. And it's designed to handle the Mega Scizor in case he brings Knockoff. So I can take the Knockoff, Colbur Berry activates, Knockoff after Colbur Berry does 30%, and then I don't have an item, so then it only does 40% once it's... So I can actually take 3 Knockoffs, and I have Recover, so I can recover that damage off. I've got Scald so that I can burn things. I've got Toxic so that I can Toxic things. I've got Recover so that I can stall. And then I've got Hex so that I can hit the things really hard that are now burnt or Toxic. He's got some bulk. He's got Cresselia. He's got Porygon 2. Things like that I really want to make sure I can be able to click Toxic on. So I wanted something that was reliably going to be able to do that. So 244 HP, 148 defense with a bold nature, and 116 special defense allow this thing to take some hits. Colberberry, again, allowing this thing to take more hits. And that's really what it's designed to do. It should be able to switch in safely to a Mega Scizor no matter what. And this is my dedicated Mega Scizor switch in. Just about every time. Even if he clicks knockoff, I've got that Colberberry, I'm okay. So that's really where I'm at with this Jellicent. Now, Murmur, another Fire Emblem reference. Nobody got my Ina reference. Maybe you did. You just didn't say anything. That's fine. Ina is a dragon from Fire Emblem. Murmur is another dragon from Fire Emblem. This is a yellow dragon from Fire Emblem. So now we have a shiny Latias. Rocking the Dragonium Z with Draco Meteor, Shadow Ball, Thunder Wave, and Psyshock. 28 HP, 252 special attack, and 228 speed with a timid nature. Allows it to outspeed Mismagius at max speed no matter what. So that's where I want to make sure this thing outsped Mismagius so I could get 2 Shadow Balls off before he does, unless he's Scarfed, which if he's Scarfed, I just click Thunder Wave. That's fine. He doesn't have as much damage output, and I can definitely take 1 Shadow Ball. So we have the Dragonium Z, which obviously kills the Kyurem Black. Draco Meteor by itself would have killed the Kyurem Black, but Dragonium Z just doesn't miss and doesn't have the special attack drop. Additionally, it just hits everything on his team except for the Tapu Koko super hard. So this thing should be able to just click Dragonium Z at some point, just dent something, and then be able to finish it off with another Draco or with a Shadow Ball or a Psyshock or something like that. So he's got no Dark type, so Psyshock is free to spam. He's got 1 Fairy type in Tapu Koko, but that doesn't really love handling a Latias. It's not as dedicated switching because Psyshock will do a bunch of damage to it if I do predict that switch. So, and then Thunder Wave, again, status is really big this week because his team is sort of bulky and I want to make sure that I can control it, whether it's through Toxic, whether it's through Para, so whatever it takes. Next up, we've got Hothead. So if you guys are watching my Player 2 First series, and the link is in the description below to that channel, it's my co-op Let's Play channel with my roommate, and we had episode 2 drop on Wednesday, and Hothead is our starter. Now, it is not an Infernape, but the Cyndaquil that we had picked at the beginning of our Heart Gold playthrough was named Sparky. My Infernape had been named Sparky, so I thought it would be clever to move on and put it as Hothead next. So, this thing is Focus Sashed, Iron Fist, Fire Punch, Close Combat, Stealth Rock, Earthquake. Not super original set here. It's a lead Infernape that clicks Stealth Rock and then dies. He's got Sand Slash as a possible spinner. He's got Mega Scizor as a defogger. But obviously Fire Punch. If I don't think he's going to bring things that are weak to rocks, he doesn't have the Arcanine or the Kyurem and stuff, I may not prioritize the rocks. I might preserve this Infernape and make sure that the Fire Punch is there in case the Mega Scizor comes in, because this is a fairly easy dedicated switch into Mega Scizor on a safe switch. The Focus Sash will help me take a hit. I can click Fire Punch, do some damage to something. And if he does decide to go into the Arcanine, I think I'm going to predict that. I've got the Earthquake just in case. So this thing has 12 HP, 252 attack, and 244 speed with a Jolly nature. Again, this outspeeds Mismagius no matter what. And that's really what that speed investment was for. I'm not worried about it outspeeding the Tapu Koko, so because that thing is super duper fast. And lastly, guys, we have the debut of Bonehead, the Marowak, rocking the Thick Club and Battle Armor ability. And it has got Bone Meringue, Knockoff, Low Kick, and Substitute. It has the weirdest possible EV spread you could imagine. So let's go into this a little bit. 44 HP, 212 attack, 144 special defense, and 45 speed. Now, it's worth noting that that set allows an Energy Ball from a 252 special attack, Modest Nature Mismagius, guaranteed to a KO in this thing. So that allows it to survive attacks like that. It'll survive any attack from a Nidoqueen, even an Ice Beam or something. It'll survive any attack, obviously, from a Porygon 2 or a Cresselia. Now, notably, Porygon 2 could have download, so I made sure 144 special defense, the reason that that's significant, and the reason that it's a hasty nature, is so that my special defense is higher than my physical defense. So if he does switch into the Porygon 2 on this thing, expect him to get a special attack boost with his download, he can't. So I actually will be giving him a physical attack boost, which doesn't help a Porygon 2. And it left enough EVs for everything else that I needed it to leave. The 141 HP on the Substitute is a perfect number for me to put down substitutes with, and it's 108 speed, guarantees it'll outspeed an uninvested Porygon 2 and an uninvested Sandslash, which is what I wanted. So it's a bit of a weird and very specific set. If I can set up a substitute, I would just like to point out Bone Meringue, Oko's Tapu Koko, Low Kick, Oko's Kyurem Black, Knockoff does 50 to 70% on a Cresselia, so 2 of them will knock out a Cresselia. Knockoff plus Bonemerang knocks out a Porygon 2. Bonemerang Oko's an Arcanine when intimidated. Bonemerang Oko's Nidoqueen. Knockoff Oko's Mismagius. Bonemerang Oko's Clawitzer. Bonemerang Oko's Substrika. And Bonemerang plus knockoff will kill the Sandslash. So the only thing that can survive 2 attacks, I think, is the Mega Scizor, and that's only if he's invested defensively. So this thing, if it can get its substitute set up, and if it can be in there and put in the work, I'll be so happy if it gets a kill or 2 this week. Obviously, it's going to get outsped by a lot of his team, but it's going to be able to take a hit he's not expecting it to take. And that's really, really big. So if I can bring this thing safely in on, let's say, the Tapu Koko, if I've guaranteed that it's physical, or if I know it's locked into Thunderbolt or something with a Specs, bring it in safely, set up a substitute, and then start proceeding to just Bonemerang things and knock off things. This is a really, really interesting Pokemon in this matchup. It really matched up well against his team, surprisingly. It doesn't want to take an Ice Beam from a Kyurem Black still, even with that investment. That's something that's going to hurt, but this thing does so much work against this team. It's hard to justify anything else this week. And Battle Armor means no crits, which is great, because if I know it can survive an attack, I know it can survive an attack. So, with that, guys, I'm going to get out of here. You guys will see my battle against the Philadelphia Phiones and Coach CJ Beasley tomorrow, and I hope that it goes as well as I'm expecting it to, because this team is crazy, and it could just nose bomb. I have no idea. But thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys so much, and I will see you guys with the battle tomorrow. Take care.